Mike's World. Excellent. Yeah, you heard it. This is Mike's World. Giving Mike's ways, Mike's opinions, Mike's everything. Agree or disagree? This is Mike's World. You guys make sure and subscribe. Come on down to Mike Town.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right, brother. How you doing tonight? Well, I know you're not doing too well, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all right, bro. This, it's YouTube, so it doesn't ruin my whole fucking life. Like, it's not like I gotta call the landlord and be like, "Hey, I can't pay my rent because they took my channel."
Yeah, but
But
we put work into those videos. You know, it
yeah,
takes a little heart and a little bit of your time and shit like that.
yeah,
So,
but
so I just was, the only reason I jumped on. I don't mean to interrupt you, but just to give you the info because it sounds like what happened to you is extremely similar to what happened to me.
okay,
April 25th. I mean, I posted a video with 3-second clips. Sometimes it lets you use clips when you put a compilation together of some Michael Jordan clips, some Mike Tyson clips, like great mics. I called it something like that.
right,
And it got the full green for monetization, and it passed on the. I run everything through the copyright studio.
okay,
Everything was all good. I posted it. The next morning, I wake up. I got an email. I shit you not. I got no strikes. I got no warnings. I got nothing. It said right there, one email simply saying, "Hey," because of it said in red, reused content. That's what it was what they got me for.
yeah,
They said reused content, and you're demonetized. They didn't ask no questions, nothing. They said you're demonetized for you can reapply in 4 weeks, or you can appeal it. But should you appeal it, you can't erase anything.
that's what they told me too. They said you can appeal it as long as you don't make any change. Something I should point out real quick because you reminded me of it actually right now when you mentioned like it passing the monetized thing, right? That live I did, um, that live I did on Labor Day, when I was done with it, it was yellow, right? And so, but a lot of times when, at least for me, a lot of times when I do lives, it'll be yellow before I'm even done with the live, right? Like that's just normal for them to flag lives because,
Everything I
well,
release goes yellow. I shit you
yeah,
not. Every video I do goes yellow until I have it. I gotta have it checked, and then it
yeah.
goes green.
And
90% of
that,
the time it goes green.
and that's and you'll notice seasons where that will happen. I've gone through phases where it seems like for a while everything is stuck and then it's cool, um, but so that live went yellow, and so I hit it for a review because I was like, there was no music, there was no nothing crazy, right? So I put it for review, and I thought, you know what? If they get me for anything, it'll be because I probably smoked flowers on the live, right? Um, so, but I have other lives where I've smoked and it's fine. But if I smoke in the beginning, like if I start my live smoking, it'll never get monetized, right? But in that one, I started my live and then I got the food, I ate, I was talking, this and that. So I was like, hey, if anything, they might give me for the smoking. So I did, after that live, I requested a review of that live. But I've done that a lot of times before, and 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 it's never led to obviously the whole channel getting dinged or anything. A lot of times it goes green. Sometimes they'll come back and be like, "Nah, it's still yellow." Like the short I did with with my interview with EXO, which I posted that as a short, but it's my original content. The interview was done on my channel. It was me and him a long time ago, but still, it's a public video on my channel, and I took it. I cut it. There was 3 people in the camera angle, right? I cut it down to 2 because it was for a short, so the screen's more narrow, and you make it wider, it looks goofy. So um, I changed it in that way, but otherwise, it was just his words about how rats are rapping, right? Like snitches are rapping, and so um, I posted that. Um, and just kind of a little fucking, middle finger to somebody that's posted a lot of videos, right? Um, and but talking like clowning, so you're not even fucking really getting into the beef. Just my little smart ass shit, right? They flagged that yellow. I had them review it, and they came back and still said no. that it's still not advertiser friendly, but because of the language. So I was like, okay, that's fine. But
So check
yeah.
it out. So I knew I had made a mistake with the video that I had made on the 25th because the next morning, right, I was demonetized. So I just swallowed that. I said, my bad. So what I decided to do, instead of appeal it, knowing that I fucked up on that video, I just decided I'll wait the 4 weeks. I'll wait it out because it gives you a chance to make adjustments to your channel within that 4 weeks. It tells you right there to remove anything that you may think falls under, because they won't give you an exact video set them off. All they'll say is it's either reused content or, you know, it doesn't follow their guidelines.
But they labeled that video for you. They did label that video as reused content, though, right?
No, they didn't label any video in particular. They just said reused content, and I assumed since the day before I had put a video together with clips that it was that one. But check it out. That's not the end of the story. Okay. So I wait the 4 weeks. I erased the video thinking, oh, it's gonna be all firme, right? Because I got rid of what pissed them off. So I've had a couple strikes before, but I figured I couldn't believe they demonetized me with no strikes, no warnings, no nothing. So I wait the 4 weeks, right? Which comes, if you know the math on it, 4 weeks from April 26th. That was like 4 days ago. Right. So I reapply thinking guaranteed it's gonna be coming back. Check this shit out. The next morning, I look, fucking denied. I was like, really? So at this point, I got to take it to the next step because I don't even know. They wanted me to wait another 4 weeks, make another adjustment. So I was like, hold up. So I did a nice video, you know, got on my whole collar, got on like I was going to court. Right. Because they want you to send what you got to do now. If you're going to appeal it, you have to do a video, which you record yourself. You'll send them. You'll leave them their URL. They'll sit down with their manager. What it is, it's the manager right now. I'll tell you where all this coming from. It's the new manager. You know how they hired. You got that letter that they got new management for the YouTube, and that's one of the people that's come down on the cursing about 4 months ago.
Probably, but I don't generally pay attention to that kind of stuff.
But yeah, there's a new content creator management, and they're pretty strict. And they're doing all this. But so anyway, so I did that. I appealed it. I said, you know what? I erased the only thing I have on there that's not all mine, that's not original. And they still denied me. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna appeal it. So this is what I was gonna tell you, you know, you should probably do. I dressed in my best, you know, my Sunday best. And I have my kids playing in the background, you know what I mean? Right. And everything behind me. And I did the video and I talked real respectful and I just let them know, like, look, I erased the video that I think, you know, was a no-no and might have upset you guys. And I also, you know, and everything prior up until that moment was fine. I told them everything until then got full green monetization. And, you know, there was never a problem until that one video came out. And so I said, so I'm confused right now. And I'm just asking what is the problem, because I made the adjustment that I suppose needed to be made. And I haven't done anything new. Other than reactions. I tell them, I don't know, because it says you can do reactions as long as you stop them every few seconds. So I told them if there's a problem with the reactions, I need to know. But other than that, I'm in the dark here. And I just told them, you know what I said? I ended it with, I just said, you know what? Thank you for a great past, YouTube, and hopefully a great future. You know what I mean? And sure and shit, the next morning, that was yesterday, they said you won your appeal. Your channel's back full monetization. And from that point, everything was boom, 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 green again. I didn't have to reapply or nothing. It just came back on everything. Okay. But it could have went both ways. They could have denied it, you know, and then I would have just been SOL. Right. And like you said, who's to say they won't pull the plug on me, you know, this week and say, oh, you know, your content, if they're trying to get you, they're going to get you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I think I'm going to appeal this one because I want them to point out to me. Right, it's if you tell me, oh, this content's out of line, okay, fine, right? Then I know what to do to make the adjustments. You know what I'm saying? But just
that's the hard part is guessing.
Oh, a bunch of your stuff is unoriginal content. Okay, that's just factually bullshit, though.
Hey, I don't mean to interrupt you, but let me tell you how to beat them, homie. I got away. I got away. I think this is some of the shit I did. Anything that you may even have a question about, like take half of your content, put it on private.
Mhm.
They can't review private content. It's illegal. It's private to everybody, including them. So what you do, you put all your content that seems a little risque, so to speak, or even questionable, like take 90% of your content, put it on private, then have them review it, and they'll only be able to look at whatever, like 5 or 6 videos that you have public. You understand?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
block off like 50% of your videos, anything where you mention gangs that might seem a little risque, because they're gonna review your content when you appeal.
Right.
And what you and whatever you have on private, they can't look at. See, because I got a couple diss videos on dubs and a couple fools that disrespected me, and I knew that wasn't gonna look good. So what I did is I don't want to erase them because they're, you know, they do all right. So what I just did is put them on private. That might have been the difference right there. I put all my shit that looks, it's a little questionable, I put it on private so that when
I
they
have some of those too.
they
Like,
can look at it.
I have some of those too. Like, shit, I probably got my original response to the DMs somewhere. That that I think is on private, and I have the, you know, like I did a couple videos about Flacco. I have those still, but they're on private. You know,
Hey, much love to everybody in the chat. I don't mean to interrupt you, brother, but I see a bunch of people saying much love, and hey, Amor, to everybody in the chat. Thanks for having me on, Rascal. I'm still talking. I just want to say, because I see a bunch of people, I haven't got to engage or acknowledge anyone. I'm just trying to give homie the rundown on what I know. But hey, Amor, much love to everybody, you know?
Yeah, no, and I was in the same. I changed the screen layout so that I could see you better, so I actually see less of the chat. But I can just see the couple that are right here on the screen. But I appreciate that, Jose. I appreciate that insight. You know what I mean? You taking the time to share with me, and I'm gonna figure out how this goes. Like I said, the next couple of days I'll be off, you know, doing my thing with my kids, man. But and I'm gonna start another channel anyways. But I still want to get this one back, you know, back monetized, obviously, and so
I would say, I know a month is gonna hurt you. I mean, it hurts everybody. Nah, maybe not, whatever. But the thing is, I would before I appeal it, I don't think you get a second chance at that. I mean, me personally, I would make a few small adjustments to the channel, put a few things on private, and reappeal.
Yeah.
And then if the appeal don't work, like then it's your. I mean, I'm sorry, reapply. I'm sorry, not a reappeal, because you're gonna have to reapply. They're not gonna just turn it on. In 4 weeks, you gotta reapply.
Yeah.
And they're gonna say yes or no. And if they say no and try to make you wait, that's when I'd say appeal it, like I did.
Okay.
That's what I did. But hey, to each man his own, and it worked for me. You know, it worked for me. I got turned back on, because they're gonna take more time to look at your shit, and they're gonna take more time to look at you. They want to see what you're projecting when you put out that video.
Right.
Is he trouble? Is he the gangbanger, or does he talk respectfully? You know, it's like you're going before the judge. You're going before the YouTube judge, homie.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Pretty much.
They're holding your YouTube future, bro.
Yeah. I'm gonna no, that's a good word. I'm gonna take a look at it and go.
I put all the kids. I did mine in front of all the kids' toys. I had them all playing behind me, and I put on my real nice tie and my glasses, and I was like, had my encyclopedia in front of me. They was like, all right, you know what I mean? They okayed me.
Yeah, and I could, you know, I got all that stuff, so I could make that work. But all right, Jose, hey, I appreciate you, Mike. Thank you. I appreciate the chat too, man. I'm gonna tap out, Jose.
Simon, gracias for having me on, brother, and much love to everybody in the chat, the lovers, the haters, and all in between, brother. All right, you have a good one, my man.
Hey, likewise, homie.
All right.
All right, folks. I'm